Yeah, all good. All good. Yeah, I was just going for a nice, peaceful walk this Sava, and I was just doing a bit of reflecting on some convos I've had and different seminars and conferences and courses I've been on that have talked about making coaching sessions fun and enjoyable. And I can fully appreciate the scientific evidence around making sessions enjoyable and fun for the players, and the scientific evidence suggests they're more likely to learn, they're more likely to be more receptive, and so on and so forth. I can fully appreciate that, but I also think to a certain extent there's various permutations to take on board. Obviously the level of performer, the age group, the ability, but equally, all things said and done, for me, there's got to be a sort of fine line between compromising the outcomes. What are you looking to achieve in this session? What's the aim? What are you looking to teach? Is it technique, how to strike a ball? Is it a tactical element of the game? Is it a psychological element of the game? Is it a physical element of the game? So I think that the key thing for me is sort of striking a balance in the session, having a clear aim and an objective where you want the players to be at the end of the session, and having a way of measure it. How will you assess if they've taken the learning? Is it a functional exercise, a formative task? Is it the game itself? Tactically, that's going to be a big way to measure if they're taking things on board, because if the primary focus is on just making the session fun and enjoyable for the sake of making it fun and enjoyable, then obviously if you're getting beat on the weekend and you're not learning, then what value does it have? So I think there's got to be a happy medium, and a lot of coaches will say that, a lot of people who teach that on courses will say that, and you can also make a case in point in the field of education. You want to make lessons stimulating and enjoyable, the learners more like to learn, but there's got to be also a focus on the criteria, because you can make the most enjoyable lesson in the world, but if you don't pass the assignment, then what's good is it? So it's not as simple as that, obviously, and there's various things to take in consideration. But I think sometimes that can be misunderstood, misconstrued. And equally on the other side of things, people can sort of misconstrue enjoyable as messing about. Now you can make sessions enjoyable, functional sessions, technical sessions to a certain extent, which doesn't necessarily mean you're sort of messing about. Just the players are focused and you're working towards the outcome. But I think in my opinion, and you might think otherwise, it does require careful consideration of what is the aim, what is the objective, and perhaps some sort of consultation with the sort of coaching staff and some observations and looking and speaking to the players as well. Having a conversation with the players in terms of how they are finding the training. But equally in saying that, you could make a case in point that sometimes depends on whether, players will sometimes give you answers, based on whether they're playing or the team is winning and so on and so forth. So it's not always the most reliable answer in that sense. But I suppose the sort of case in point, yeah, I'm on board with coaching sessions being fun and enjoyable, and I understand the scientific evidence behind it. But equally, I think that there's got to be a clear consideration about what the aim and objective of the session is, so it's not sort of compromising that as well.